Hi, I'm Reva, and today we're going to look at a foot that's very, very popular and really common. In fact, you may already have one, and that's the 1/4 inch foot. Now, a lot of times we just think of a 1/4 inch foot for doing our perfect seams at a 1/4 inch when we're doing our quilting, but there's a lot more to that foot that you may not realize. So let's take a look at it. This is a standard 1/4 inch foot. It's a single needle hole. You're not going to use this with a zigzag. You won't get the results you like. So make sure you have it set for a straight stitch and a center needle position straight stitch. Don't use one where the needle is off to the side. Again, not the results you're going to like. The needle is 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the right foot here. You can see that the left one is wider. So it is the right side that it is right up against. Now, there are also red markings right in line with the foot, a 1/4 inch behind the foot, and a 1/4 inch in front of the foot. You can use these for a lot of different things. One thing that you might use the back for is if you need to start sewing inside the fabric, down a 1/4 inch from the fabric edge, and then start your seaming, and then the front ones if you want to stop a 1/4 inch shy of the edge of the fabric. An example would be as if you're using Y seams and you want to, you need to stop so you have those seams open at the ends. You'll also notice that there are markings on the sides as well in those same locations, so that way if you're peeking around the corner as you stitch and you want to see right where it lines up, this will show you exactly where those markings are. So here's center needle, this is the needle position, this is a 1/4 inch in front of the needle, and this is a 1/4 inch behind the needle. Now all 1/4 inch feet have these markings. This one happens to be for my machine, so yours may look a little bit different. Mine has the red markings. Yours may just be without any coloration to them at all, but you will find very similar markings on just about every foot. You can also find a standard 1/4 inch foot in a clear version, and this is simply personal preference, whichever you may choose to work with. This one, the clear one here, you can see has a 1/4 inch from the needle to both the left and the right. It still has all the red markings with the addition of a red marking on either side that is along and right along that 1/4 inch edge of the foot. And the 1/4 inch can be very useful because sometimes you want to be able to see where you're going. If you're doing some intricate piecing or maybe paper piecing, this may come in more handy. Every foot is valuable, so you might find you like one more than another, or you might like a different one. This one's a really neat one too. These are called stitch in the ditch feet, and they're both the same. Again, a metal version and a clear version, and they have a metal flange right down the center of them, and this little flange is a little guide that you can use when you want to stitch in a pressed seam that is opened up, that's pressed open. This will run like a little rudder right down that seam line and help guide you so your stitches fall right in that seam line and become invisible. So that's a stitch in the ditch foot, and again the 1/4 inch markings just as the standard foot. Now this one is my favorite one because I tend to kind of be a little bit of a crooked sewer. So this one is a 1/4 inch with a right guide. It comes in both metal and in plastic versions. So if you tend to be a little bit like me and maybe get a little distracted, or you're thinking about the next piece getting that ready to sew in your machine while you're still sewing, sometimes you can go a little bit crooked, and this helps because you're going to take that fabric and you're just going to run this blade right along the cut edge of your fabric, and then that helps. It kind of works like a little track, and it holds it so that way you get a consistent seam width the whole time, and it's not going to be as wibbly wobbly, as I like to call it. So this one is my favorite one as far as 1/4 inch feet because again it helps camouflage my inaccuracies. So anyhow, those are the 1/4 inch foot. You will find that they all serve a wonderful purpose. It's okay to own more than one. Obviously, I do. And you'll find that you may like one for one purpose over another, and it's okay to use the different feet even in the same project. So I hope you learned a lot about the foot today and what those 1/4 inch markings are on your foot. And get out there and play with it and experiment, and don't be afraid to have more than 1/4 inch foot, because they all do something a little bit differently. And after all, they do just snap on and off, so you can change really fast. So get out there and play with your feet, and we'll see you next time.